There you go. Put it together. Yep.
Well, that's me. So let's get started. Uh, I'm still trying to stay active and productive during this time. I'll admit that the cleanup project I'm doing is also something that I do while I'm hearing lectures for test scoring. Uh, I eventually I'll get back to the test scoring, but I'm pleased with the progress. I mean, the things that I found, and I see counter space again in my kitchen because I've moved things around and I decided to use all my closet space. It's like, oh, wow, uh, it, it just looks a lot better than it was. Uh, and I'm repurposing whatever I can. It's like, all right, if it's a cookie tin and it's been empty for a while, it's like, why do I have it? All right, put something in it. So then I'm not as likely to throw out the cookie tin, which is a perfectly good item. There's usually a reason why I keep something, and it's like, all right, now why is that? Oh yes, test scoring. This begins week 3 of it. I've seen some pluses, mostly pluses on working from home. I mean, not having to deal with people quite as much, and it's that's one of them. And then, of course, no problem on the commute either. But I still can't believe some of the things that I have to listen to from people, or even the online chats. Like just late last week, they want to do a debate about porpoises and dolphins being mammals or fish. And it's like, oh, great. Yeah, well, we're all college educated. We have to show our degree in order to become a test score. And this is what we want to. And it's like, this is asinine. Does it really matter in the end? It's kind of like what I heard about Mensa is all the people that join Mensa are smart enough to solve the world's problems. All they want to do is solve puzzles. So in some ways, we aren't much different from Mensa, sadly. Hey, I like doing the long walks as well. I feel better because I probably lost weight. And then, of course, all the things I get to see. And most every day I've done it for over a month now, except for Sunday when it rained, and then Easter Sunday when it snowed. And it can be fun to people watch. Like when I was near the end of one walk late last week, and I heard a dude on a bike saying "Rock and Roll McDonald's." There is a McDonald's in my neighborhood, and I guess he was on his way there. And it's like, well, I guess it does remind me of how I have been to the Rock and Roll McDonald's in Chicago. I lived in suburban Chicago for a while. Specifically Des Plaines, which was home of Ray Kroc's first McDonald's. And I know that always confused me when I was a kid. Why is it called McDonald's when Ray Kroc started the company? And then I learned the story even before I saw the movie The Founder, starring Michael Keaton, where he basically stole the idea from the McDonald's brothers and had to buy him out. And then they don't talk about him owning a baseball team. Go figure in the movie. As a baseball fan, I couldn't understand that one. Yeah, I'm not big on going to the restaurants now when it's drive up only. I guess that brings me to the next subject, where, of course, even the banks are drive up now, and I had to check a deposit. And it's like, okay, I guess I have to use drive up now. The only other time I remember using it was as a novelty when I was a teenager, because I just wanted to see that tube go up the vacuum. And one reason I don't like doing drive ups is I don't like the sound of my car's engine idling. They weren't meant to idle; they were meant to perform. So I shut it off while I was in the drive up lane, and then I even said to the teller, "Well, I had hoped that another check would have arrived by now, but it hasn't yet, and it would have been nice to make only one stop." He actually laughed when he heard that. I don't know why. I didn't bother asking further unless he had heard a similar story like that. But I like how I hardly ever have to deposit checks now. direct deposit is nice. I don't have to hear excuses about my check being late because of some weather problem in another part of the country. And I'm still going to the post office, pick up my eBay and Amazon orders. And when I did that this weekend, I saw the loopy postal employee that now has a different name on his name tag. I said, "What happened?" He said he got adopted. And then he said, "Oh, did you just get out of recovery?" And it's like, I don't know how to respond to that, but I don't mind working with loopy people as long as they prove that they know what they're doing. I know that's why I said about the owner of a laundromat. She was loopy, but she knew what she was doing. Man, that's just how they break the ice. Whatever works. And another notable thing I found recently was from doing the cleanup was an odor eliminating candle from when I was a studio audience member on Twin Cities Live. I like doing that once a year for a while, but I haven't done it over 2 years. So it's like, well, it's a candle. It's meant to be used. And I found out I have 2 lighters, even though I don't need them that much. So I lit it, and then I burned my thumb a little trying to do that, trying to light it because of where the wick was in the can. And it's like, well, I don't know if any odors went away or if there were any there to begin with, but it's like, all right, it's been used some, so I feel good about keeping that around as well. Still that use it or lose it thing. And it's kind of sad. Another segue. It's kind of sad that I can get excited about certain things now. Like on Friday evening, it's like, all right, pick up some things at the grocery store, but let's go to Hy-Vee. And it's like, yeah, I grew up in Iowa where Hy-Vee is based, and it was no big deal to go to Hy-Vee because there was a dominant grocery store. And it's like, why am I so excited about going to Hy-Vee? Oh, that's right, because I'm getting out and driving my car. I'm not driving my car much now because I don't need to. Yeah, it is kind of nice to put it on the open road a little instead of being inside all the time. So I guess there are worse things than being excited about going to Hy-Vee. So yeah, I guess that ambivalent thing on there. Did I cover all that? Well, yeah, that'll do it for me. Thank you, both been great.
Woo! There you go, Lime. There you go.